Sammy, don't leave. We're going to have a Q&A. But Marang, can you just quickly come? Can we just get one of Marang as well?
I know.
You're so silly.
Sammy, out. Sammy. Fantastic. All right, please take a seat.
Any questions for our two powerful guests? All right. I recognize you. Question, 2, 3. I'm only taking 5. I've got 1. Yeah? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The last one. All right. Please, I recognize her. Yeah, she's part of the 6. Name, get straight to the question. Yeah? No, I'm going to give you the mic. Let's move. Ikama, question.
Hello, my name is Lerato. My question is, how significant is the cash flow of the business to this?
All right, so my brother, please come on stage. I've been asked that I bring you all on stage for our audience so they can also see you one by one. Okay, please come, my brother. Quick. Let's move. Do you have the other mic? Okay, all right. Now your mic, man.
Okay, my name is Lerato. My question is, how significant is the cash flow of the business, and how does your... Okay. The question is, how significant is the cash flow of the business, and what is the cash flow of the Kicks business? What is the cash flow? How does Kicks cash flow?
So how do they make money?
Yes.
So how do you make money?
How does Kick make money?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So he wants to find out how much is in your bank account. How does Kicks make money? And how important is cash flow? Thank you so much, my brother, my sister. Please come. Over to you.
Do you answer?
Yeah, answer, sir.
Okay, that's a bank balance, ne? That's a bank balance question. I think the most important thing that I've indicated on my talk is that we've got a couple of products which we're able to make money from, but more importantly is that we're not just selling great sneakers. We don't want to be known for great sneakers. We don't want just to be known for flip-flops and other products, but we want to be known for what our brand stands for, our soul as a brand. Are we able to translate the keep moving movement into the behavior and the transition that happens in the day within a human being's life? Because all our products are designed to be able to transition from a day to night, whether you're going to the office, whether you're going to collect kids at school, whether you're going to party. But if you're asking for the zeros in our bank account, cash flow for us is something that moves in and moves out. We are a business. We do have facilities that are supported by a bank, but the zeros, maybe we've got just 2. We're still working on having the 6, but in our minds, we've got more.
Afternoon, everyone. My name's Caroline. My question is to you, Sammy, about the apprenticeship program that you mentioned earlier on. If you can elaborate on that a little bit, please.
Okay. So, the entrepreneurship program started out of passion for wanting to impact others. And for me, I was getting a lot of people asking for mentorship. I was getting a lot of people saying, we want you to help us. There's so much that you can do as a human being in a day. But then I thought of an idea of being able to involve people within our business. What that does is that somebody who has an idea, somebody who has a business that has already been started on the early phases of the business. They can come into our business and operate their business, whether it's in marketing, whether it's in sale, whether it's in finance. They go around the full circle of the business. By the time they finish the 12 months program, they're able to run their own business with their own capital that will help you, taught you how to raise capital, taught you how to run the marketing department. But more importantly is for young people that say, I've just finished matric, I don't have funding to go to university, but I have an idea. You apply and you start with us, and by the time you end at the end of the 12 months, you've got a fund that will help you, will show you ways how to access money without you waiting for government. Because the most important thing is that we need to be able, as an entrepreneurs, to start where we are. We need to be able to know how do we raise money out of the current situation. We shouldn't be waiting for the government. We shouldn't be waiting for application for funding. We should know how to run a business. We should know how to raise funding, if that makes sense, how we do it. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Chris from Maiji Branding. My question is to you, my lady. How can you manage or balance time for marketing and day-to-day operations? I'm a guy that does everything, to admin, to printing, to everything. Yeah, so I have a partner, but she's full-time working. So how can you balance, time for marketing and the day-to-day operations?
The easiest way with any of these things, or at least for what I show other entities to do, is actually putting it into your schedule. So if you know that this is an activity, so once a week you want to review your finances, once a week you want to review your marketing, once a week you want to catch up on the admin, actually schedule it into your calendar the same way that you schedule a meeting. Nah? Because if I haven't planned the time for it, then it always feels like I don't have time to do something. All of these activities need to be put into your schedule, so when you say, how am I spending my time, you are aware of it. And over time, what that also helps is that if you see that on a day-to-day or in a month, you need at least 20 hours towards your marketing activities, when you then hire somebody, you also know that you need them to be around for at least 20 hours, because that's the activities that you need them to be doing, bare minimum. That's what it helps you with. But you have to schedule the time, and in that time, you have to say, what is it I'm going to be doing during that time? You know, when you schedule a meeting, you have an agenda, and you're going to say, what are the topics we're going to talk about? Put it also into your calendar that today I'm going to focus on marketing. What about marketing am I going to focus on? Am I focusing on creating social media content? Am I focusing on actually making phone calls to people? Am I focusing on writing a PR article that needs to go to a magazine? Whatever the activity is. And understand how long it takes you to do it. Finding apps, like I mentioned earlier, for me, saves me a lot of the time. Stuff that I can schedule in advance, put it there in advance, right? If you're using apps that are going to track all your transactions and all of these kind of things, make sure that you understand what it is that you're reviewing at the end of the day. If it's like a dashboard or a financial statement or anything like that, look at it, make the deductions that you need to make. So understand what information you're looking for, make the next plan for the next week. Right, we've done this task. Next week when we review this task again, or we do finance as a task again, this is what I need to then pick up from where you left off.
All right. Okay, my name is Nokbonga, and my question is also for you. I just want to find out, where would one start? I'm more into consultation. When you are offering a service instead of offering a product, where would you start to do it yourself? I'm currently affiliated, and I find it difficult to maneuver to do it on my own, because I can't really identify with anyone who had started it on their own. So I wanted to find out, where would you begin if you want to do your consultation services as a business? and financial credit repair?
So services is quite of a tricky one because you tell people that I'm going to offer you something invisible and then you're going to derive value from it, and people can't touch it, can't feel it, so they can't immediately react to it, right? Earlier I mentioned things like doing blogs, events. For me, that's where it actually made a difference, because I'm going to teach you how to do it, I'm going to show you how to do it, and then people just realize, oh, I actually don't have the time to do it. Let me just call her to do it. Pretty much, that's how it works, right? You're going to blog about the financial challenges that small businesses, if small businesses are your target, speak about the financial challenges, teach them how to escape those financial challenges and stuff like that. And don't be shy to share that knowledge and information. Because the reality is people that don't know how to do it don't know how to do it. They're going to come to you because, oh, okay, she sounds like she knows how to do it, let me go to her how to do it, right? So that part is quite valuable, because if you're not educating your customer, I promise you they're not going to be trusting that even you know how to do it. I hope that answers.
Hi, good afternoon. My name is Gwen, and my question is for Sammy. On your websites or your social media pages, is one able to customize kicks?
Very nice question. So you can customize kicks as a personal, whatever that you have in mind, right? Whatever you've imagined, whether you want a heart, whether you want a map of Africa, you can create your own customization in terms of the look and feel. But remember that that takes a little bit of time, because when you order it as 3 days to 5 days, but then you have to allow a certain period where we'll be able to custom make your product. And also, we're opening a sneaker exchange in Centurion where you can walk in, where people can say, I've just bought the sneaker online, or I've just bought it in one of our shops. Then you bring in, we custom make it how you want it to be, in however you feel at that moment.
So if I'm buying gifts for my clients with over 20 or 30 staff, what would be the turnaround time if I wanted to get sneakers customized? For instance, Nedbank Green.
It's the same. It's the same. It does not make any difference whether you're getting 5 or you're doing 1. As a company, we want to standardize the service delivery that in our turnaround time. You don't position it as to the units. Because the units are greater, you would say a month, or because it's 1 unit, you would say tomorrow. It's a standard service that we provide, that within a turnaround of 3 days, within a turnaround of 7 days. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Good day, everybody. I have just 2 things. Question for Sammy, and maybe a call to action for the rest of the entrepreneurs in here. From design to shelf, what does that look like for you? How do you get your sneaker into the shelf from the design phase, and what products do you use and where do you get them? How do you source that? I think it's the question that the gentleman wanted to ask in terms of the price and how you get to the pricing of your sneakers. But the second thing, my name is Untitled Chapter. I am from Brand South Africa. We are the official marketing agency for South Africa, so our job is to try and position South Africa for investment and skills and tourism and the likes. And we've got a call to action for all of you here, and that's why we are here today to try to have you define your brand purpose. Why do you exist? We want to be able to leverage on that. We want to be able to be working with brands that exist to help their communities. Just beyond the sales, the why beyond the sales. That's what we want to challenge you for today. We want to get you to be changing lives. We want someone to say, because this doesn't exist anymore, my life can't go on. We've got a Play Your Part program that we try to get out there. We try to get people to make a difference in their communities because we do believe that brand purpose is the core and central theme to your success. If people cannot know you, cannot know the impact that you do, they won't buy your product. The biggest brands in the world that I've had the pleasure of working with have a very strong sense of brand purpose. Why do I exist beyond what I'm selling? I think KFC made over just under 90 million rands on Ed Hope amateur rent this year alone. Brand purpose. So if you exist for an idea, then you are likely to succeed. So we want to support businesses, we want to support entrepreneurs that are helping communities. Reach out to us. That's why we're here even today with Bulelani. He's one of our ambassadors. So reach out to us if you are doing work in communities, and let's see how we can help you. Thanks.
Wow, talking about selling yourself. Back your mic and then you know how to use it. I think that's a good example of why we're here. We're here to sell our business and to make sure that we're relevant to the right people that we're talking to. Your question is, I like your question because when I started Kicks, I didn't have a team. I had an idea. So I had to teach myself into translating what's in my mind, what's in my vision into a paper. And I don't know how to draw. I don't even know how to sketch, if I should call it that way. But I had to train myself in understanding how to translate what I have in my mind, right? That's number one. Number two, the value chain of our business is locally made, and we want to keep it that way because we believe so much in affecting our community. And I speak a lot about affecting our community because I'm very passionate about that, right? Durban has lots of factories that do shoes. Cape Town has the factories that do socks. We do our socks actually here in this, where we are, Khayelitsha. Here, our socks are done here, right? And that, for me, when I started, it was everything that I have in my mind into a paper, right? Go to somebody who does graphic design and then translate what I have. And some of the sketches that I started with, they form part of our history as a company because I want you, when you walk tomorrow in our office, you are able to see the 2020 sketch that I came up with, the one that has worked, it's in the market, the one that doesn't work. So that formed that history. The profit model of our business, we work around in terms of how do we impact our staff in terms of investing into human capital, right? What we want to do, we want to be able to create a business that's able to sustain itself without asking for help. And when I'm talking about asking for help, you are a business that's always relying on other business to survive. And if COVID has not taught us anything, if COVID has taught us something, is that we should be able to carry a certain percentage of at least 60% in your business that you control. You should be able to control 60%. Right? You should be able to control that. And why I'm speaking about controlling at least 60% of your sales or of your revenue, right? What happened when COVID happened with Skyroll, my first business? I was very fortunate that at that time we were already talking to a company that wants to buy it. But what that did when COVID happened is that Pick and Pay, Checkers, and everybody that were affected by COVID, they decided that they will focus on sanitizers. And at that time, our biggest business is controlled by these guys. So that literally shuts down 20 to 30% of our business off in sales because now the retailers are not taking it. You have to be able to create a model as an entrepreneur where you can control the revenue. You know that come rain, come shine, you control this 60%. And you need to learn from the COVID that when situation happens like that, you have no control over it, but you have this value of your business that you are able to control. we employ people that we believe that we can create a value chain out of them in creating entrepreneurship. And we use the same model as other retailers, that we want to use a certain percentage for marketing, certain percentage for paying expenses. It works the same. And my answer to you, Magan.
Hi guys, my name is Bruce. I'm from 50Pay. It's a chat commerce platform where we automate sales and payments on WhatsApp, Instagram, and Telegram, and Facebook Messenger. So my question is for you. I checked out your website, and it's pretty nice. And so I would like to know, what is your online strategy, online sales strategy, and are you considering chat commerce, and would you be interested in working with us?
My man, don't go. There's a potential deal here. You must see if you can facilitate something.
Wow. So, thank you so much for the question. What a beautiful tone. Private school English. So I think the biggest, is this my mic? Is that my mic?
One, two.
Thank you. Are you talking? So I think the biggest part of our business is exactly what you do. We want to be able to position ourselves to have a revenue that we are able to control, which is online, right? And the retail retail store part of it, it forms a very small chunk of our business. Our business will never be able to be. Is that mine again?
Don't worry. Be patient. We'll get it right. One, two. Just move here. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see.
Thank you. Wow. So again, to the previous question, that what we want to be able to do as a business is to control a certain value of our business. How do we do that? We need to be able to control what's happening online. That's what we can control, right? But what you cannot control is a retail outlet. You can't control how many people will walk into your stores. You can't control how much money you make. But you can estimate, you can budget towards that, right? Based on your marketing effort. The biggest chunk of our business is online. We've survived 2 years, returning 2 years right now. And we sustained ourselves for 2 years, right, through online. Because we wanted to make sure that that model works before we can have a retail rollout. And we are open to work with entrepreneurs that link and support our vision, and we're open to that, my brother. You can get my number. I like that.
Thank you. Hello. Hi, everyone. I'm Indy Gold, the owner of Ubomi Boutique Bakery, which specializes in customized confectionery. My question is, when you have a quality product or packaging, right, but the support in the community doesn't come fast enough, then how do you sustain yourself? And if you don't have the capacity to move the product outside of the hood, then how do you run your business? Because that's what's currently happening to my business. You have a quality product or packaging, sorry? It's customized confectionery. So from what I've seen, it almost, not intimidates, but it seems too expensive for the current market that I exist in, which is the township. So people are buying into it, but not fast enough. So my question is, how do I then, because I don't want to downscale the product, so how do I move it outside And currently, I don't have the funding to move it out. So, how, like, what should I do? I'm getting feedback from customers that they love the presentation, they love the packaging, the taste, everything, but they're not supporting it fast enough for me to sustain it. It's not I don't know. I don't know if it's not affordable or because I've tried decreasing my prices, but that hasn't necessarily made any difference. So I don't know now what should I do with it because I don't want to let it go either.
If you're not explicitly asking the question, you won't get to the bottom of it, right? And that's why I'm asking you specifically, what did they say as feedback? And if you're not getting that feedback, I promise you that's gonna be just a mystery. So you even moving to a different location and whatever, you might experience the same thing over and over again because you haven't understood what it is that's deterring from them, right? Then you use words like customized confectionery, like sometimes the words that we use are just slapping us silly as customers and we don't understand what it means, so I'm not coming out to buy for it, right? Tell me, orekisa dikuku. I understand what that is, I'm coming in there, right? You want to tell me that the cakes that you're selling actually clap hands and massage my thing? Tell me they do that, right? Watch the language that you're using. Don't intimidate your customers with the language that you're using. Call it something else that then sounds like, okay, what's that? Not, hey, that English is heavy. You get what I mean, right? Don't let that be the deterrent to you and stuff like that. And if you are putting it, because already I can tell that you're not aiming to be the cakes that are sold in a plastic, see-through plastic. You've actually spent time in packaging it and making it look pretty and stuff like that. I would put it alongside some sort of eventing to then get people to come and taste it and experience it. So move away from just selling me the final product. Come, invite me to a high tea. Invite me to a high tea, right? The people that understand high tea vibes will be there. And they will know, Koti, this is the standard that I'm in. Next time I want to host an event, I now know what your product looks like next to my event. I'm going to then invite you. Can I please have you do my high tea?
Yeah. So I think I want to add on that, right? I think for me, there's three things that I want to indicate to you is that, one, when your business is located in a community base, right? They know that you are you're providing a solution, you're providing a service that is helping the community, right? So one of the things is that the community is aware that, one, you're employing our own people, right? So automatically in your mind, they should be able to help you. But number two, what is your unique selling point? Who are you talking to? What is the brand? So what does the brand communicate to who? Because one of the things that we do as an entrepreneur, we like, okay, but why they're not buying the brand, but we're not looking at the service that we're offering in terms of, does it talk to the right person in terms of your unique selling point? When everybody's doing the same thing in the community, what is the unique selling point that you're providing as a solution to your community, right? And the last part of it, which I forgot, it will come back in my mind. The last part of it is that you need to be able to create revenue models in your business. Right now, you're focusing on the community that should be supporting you here, right? Your streams needs to be either multiple within your business. Are you going to a corporate where you know that the corporate is supporting you? By the way, Nedbank, I want to make you sneakers like this that are green. That's a stream that I just thought for my business, right? You need to be able to position yourself that my business needs to have a couple of revenue streams that talks to money coming in. Right now you're facing one, the community must come, but what's the other stream? Are you going to a company that is ordering from you, a catering company that is ordering from you, where you supply to them? and on a monthly basis? Is there a contract that is supporting your business? Because right now you are literally depending on a retail model where somebody needs to come in, somebody needs to order, and you're waiting for a customer. You cannot afford to wait for somebody to come and buy from you. I can't stress that enough.
To come back to what thank you for that. Thank you for your advice. To come back to what you were saying about high teas, it's one of my event specialities because I've come to realize that the product that I offer, it's at a higher market, so that I need to position it in a way that makes it attractive for the consumer. So if you're getting more than just customers cupcakes or cakes, then there needs to be more to it. So I've actually have that as a service. I do high teas. I've even approached Spare and the team to have some of my baked goods here. But what happens with local food restaurants or eateries, the consumer that actually attends or is a patron to the restaurant is not actually looking for desserts on a regular basis. So it makes it hard for me to even to supply for places like this, because it would be a perfect space, but then there's no demand, or there's less demand compared to what I would like to do. Yeah.
So this is getting heated. It's because of time. No, because of time. Because you're not going anywhere, and you're not going anywhere either. And Nedbank's still here. We have to respect time. So thank you so much to all the people that came up and shared their questions, and to our panelists, Sammy and Marang. Thank you so much. Can we give them another round of applause, please? You can take a seat.